everybody, Invisiblekatana here, and welcome to 2021. Happy New Year. I know this is, like 15 days late. A little bit more since I'm filming this at midnight, but Happy New Year. Welcome to 2021. It's been crazy. We couldn't even get a weekend, and 2020 was like, I just have to stretch like a little, just an extra 7 days of 2020. It's basically what we got. Hopefully next week is fine. That's all I can say. Jumping away from the garbage of real life, we're just going to jump into the nerdy life of things. First off, you'll notice I'm standing. So that's crazy. I'm using my legs. It took me over a year, but I finally found my magnets for that. So that'll be a tiny vlog that you guys see in a couple of days. But a lot of new stuff is actually going to be coming to the channel. Not really new stuff. I shouldn't say that. This is really just more like, this is what's going to happen. There are a couple of new things, like very minute little things that I want to mention. But I want to let you guys know where things are because I have not posted. Technically, I did post yesterday because I did like a super emergency nerd video where I was like, the Steven Universe jackets are back up because I knew a bunch of people like that from my review and they had missed it. So I wanted to make sure I kind of put that out there at the last minute, even though they went out today or yesterday because I do believe it's past midnight. It is. So they went up and I was just like, oh man. So that's my first video technically of 2021, but. Since last year I hadn't actually posted anything, like it kind of ended with the Game Awards stuff. I still have a bunch of that just once Christmas hit, and then like that week in between was so insanely busy, and then after that, like I just didn't end up kind of settling down and having a decent moment to just kind of get into the flow of things, get into my creative flow, if you will. So kind of been like in a weird mindset. This is like the 6th time I'm doing this video. I hope this is the one I end up posting. Like it's just been weird kind of getting back into the groove of like just standing up, or even if I was sitting down, just talking in front of the camera. Like I could do the review because it's so insanely focused. But with this, it's like, there's so many random things to mention and talk about. So it's just like, like trying to have a nice straight line for you guys to make a clear-cut video. So first off, vlogs. You'll be seeing a lot more vlogs this year. Bunch of random stuff. Some of it will be family. Some of it is just going to be weird random stuff, like me finding the magnets to this after over a year. It's like a 2.5-minute video where I was just like, dumb. This is where the magnets were this whole time. Spoiler alert, they're on my dresser. That's how often I use my dresser. They're on top of my dresser. They're technically underneath something on my dresser, but I didn't even think in the span of an entire year. Granted, I only looked like 3 times I would ever actually think about looking for them. I just never looked underneath like a thing that was sitting on top of my dresser because I just never use it. Sorry, Snorlax. So that, spoiler alert there. But you'll see a bunch of random vlogs. I'm trying to get my money's worth out of that freaking GoPro that I bought. So you'll see that stuff. You'll be seeing some family stuff, here and there. And that's pretty much just how that's going to be going. I have a bunch of footage from last year, including being at the hospital when my daughter was born, the days leading up to it, because it was like 51 hours, I want to say, of labor. Her mom, of course, would remember it more. She was technically the one in labor. I was just kind of there. So I have that footage, a bunch of footage from that. I have a video from Thanksgiving. I have a video where I got them like a gift because they just recently moved. So it's like there's a bunch of random footage, from the holidays and stuff like that. And then, like I said, some just random vlogs, me just having my camera just be like, I just want to do this thing. So you'll be seeing a bunch of random vlogs. Those will be coming up sooner because I actually edited a bunch of those. I just have to kind of go through them again just to make sure everything's good. And then super old stuff, I have my Japan vlogs. So that stuff I filmed way back in 2019. I think I put up like 4 videos max. And it was days 1 and 2 out of an entire week. I put up like the first 2 days. And then I just never edited any of that footage. I've had it forever. Every time I would look at it, it was kind of daunting because it was just like there's so much footage. I recorded so much just in a single day. I'd record so much freaking footage. So it was just like, it was just daunting every time I would look at it. And I was just like, I need to put that stuff up. It's my trip to Japan. Thank goodness I went, not only before the virus, but before having a child. It made it super easy. I was by myself for an entire week. I don't know, it's kind of going to be hard to do that one again. So I should put that footage up. So that'll be coming, like I said, that'll probably be like end of next month, end of February type of stuff, because I'm going to try to go through all the more recent stuff first. That way I can really delete that, because like the Japan stuff, I'm probably going to use every single bit of that footage. A lot of the stuff I filmed, with the family, like some of that stuff I'm not actually going to post, so I don't have to worry about it. And some of it I'm probably just going to delete in general, because it'll be like just random things. So I was like, I thought I might need that, but even home video wise, saving it for the future is like, I don't need that random little clip. So, you know, I have to go through a lot of that footage as well. But that stuff is more current, and there's going to be a lot more, you know, fresh new stuff. So I'm going to be trying to kind of wipe through all the stuff from 2020, and as I go through 2021, I'll try to keep those very consistent. So those will probably be the second most common content that you see on the channel. Of course, the reviews are basically the base of this whole channel, so reviews will be staying. I did one for Wonder Woman 1984. That was technically the first video that I filmed. I just, excuse me, never ended up uploading it. So I have that. I did one for WandaVision. I'm going to do one for Cobra Kai, Transformers, the second season, or technically part 2 of the War for Cybertron trilogy. I also just saw the super old movie. It's 2 years old at this point. 3 years old, I think now, because it was 2018. The Death of Superman movie. That movie is insanely amazing. I just hadn't watched it. That happened to be, technically it was Gotham by Gaslight was the one I was supposed to watch, but I knew it was just like its own thing, and I was like, I kind of want to just go in the chronology of like, yeah, I can watch Gotham by Gaslight at any point because it's an out of time thing, but that was like in universe. I was like, I need to see the Death of Superman movie, and I just had no idea. I had no idea that movie was so good. It's ridiculous. I highly recommend that movie. Reign of Superman was also really good. And I watched them back to back, and Reign of Superman is much more upbeat because obviously it's not the Death of Superman movie, but man, it gets crazy. It's the Death of Superman, and they're like, okay, you thought it was gonna be simple. As long as the Death of Superman, it's, you know, it's Batman v Superman, where it's like, that was kind of fast. Oh man, he died, you know, like against Doomsday. It was, but no, this was like legit. This was legit Doomsday, and it was like, it had to be Superman. Like, they went through everybody, and it was just like, this movie is so good. It's so good. I'm gonna probably watch it again at some point. I'm gonna probably convince somebody like, you never seen this? Let's check it out, just so I can see it twice. That movie is so good. But anyway, those will be some upcoming, some very, very soon video. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but those videos will be coming out very soon. I'm gonna be doing them real quick. So those will be kind of the new things coming up as far as weekly stuff. Of course, WandaVision is a weekly show. When Ruby comes back, that'll be on there as well. Everything else is kind of just a full season type of situation. And eventually, whatever movies end up coming out, Mortal Kombat, potentially. They just put out pictures, so we'll see if that actually comes out at the end of this year. Matrix 4, I just don't know if that's even possible. But all the DC stuff, I'm excited. Suicide Squad, I can't say I'm really excited, but I'm curious. So the Snyder Cut stuff, I will decide to do that. So I'll be doing, I think it's 4 parts, so I'll be doing those 4 parts. And whatever other movies end up coming to HBO Max, I'll definitely be checking them out. Since they're going to be there, I'm like, might as well. So those reviews will be coming up. The vlog stuff will be coming up. There will also be some new stuff, like officially new stuff. I'm going to be doing figure reviews. I've done like 3, I think, on my whole channel ever. Most recent being my Soundwave one, which is Soundwave's over there. I'm not gonna go pick it up. I got too much stuff in my way, but you guys can check that out for sure. But I never really do it. But last year was us being on lockdown. I mentioned this. If you ever watch like my lockdown vlogs, you should definitely check them out. I actually am oddly proud of those. I don't know why, but for some reason that was really fun to do. I really got into collecting, so there were like 2 things that ended up happening. There was 3 things altogether. Getting old stuff that I always wanted that I never had. Getting new stuff, which was basically just buying a bunch of like video game vinyl records. So I got like a ridiculous amount of vinyl records now. And then the third thing, and it especially came towards the end of the year, was getting into collecting more high-end figures. So I always had a buttload of figures. I have like SH Figure Arts figures and stuff like that. And I always like having cool figures because I like to do figure photography. Not that I've done it in forever. It's the same with my video game photography. Like, I like both those super nerdy random things. And I just never really ended up doing my figure photography. But I always have like a buttload of figures. I even bought some over Christmas that I have not even opened yet. That classic collector thing was like, I know I want them, and I know I don't want them to sell out because then it will cost me like 3 times as much just to try to find one used. So I bought a bunch of figures. And then I ended up finding Hot Toys and Sideshow Collectibles. Always kind of knew about them. Always heard about them. Never really looked, and then Star Wars hit, and it was like Clone Wars made me get Ahsoka. They have a Clone Wars Rex figure that's coming out. Clone Wars Darth Maul is coming out, so I got all 3 of those on pre-order. Technically, it's not Clone Wars, but he's in Clone Wars. But Cody from Revenge of the Sith, so he's the dude who betrays Obi-Wan at the end. He's in yellow. Rex is in blue. I don't know, I'm explaining that. If you haven't seen Clone Wars, saying Rex is in blue is just, that doesn't mean anything. But I have Ahsoka coming, I got Rex coming, I got Cody coming, I got Darth Maul coming, I have the Mandalorian, because of course the Mandalorian was freaking amazing. So that figure looks super cool. I have a Resident Evil 2 Leon figure coming. I have a Devil May Cry 3 figure for Virgil, which looks ridiculous. Because if it wasn't for the fact that it was Virgil, I wouldn't have bought it. If it was Dante, I'd be like, that's super cool. But I always like Virgil more. He wears blue and he uses katana, so I always like Virgil more. Plus, he does like the slick back, DBZ anime hair thing. It's like, it looks a little bit cooler, I gotta admit. So I got that coming. Let's see, it's Ahsoka, Darth Maul, Cody, Rex, Mando, Leon. So Resident Evil 2 Leon, Virgil, and I honestly think there's something else that I can't think. I think I have 8. I'm pretty sure there's 8 figures. Oh, Spider-Man. I have the Mark IV Spider-Man suit from the PS4 game. So that's another figure that I have coming out. So with the amount of money that those things cost, that I had to put them on a payment plan just to afford them, those will be getting reviews. Even if they don't make any money, I'm going to put the time in to talk about them because it costs me a bunch of money. I'm going to geek out over it. I'm going to have that footage. So that'll be something, and that's going to be kind of throughout the year because they come out at different times. Some figures are technically already out, but they won't ship to me until I finish the payment plan and stuff like that. So it'll be just at random. It'll be like, bam, here's an effing figure review. I spent $100. So many hundreds. So those videos will definitely be on the channel for sure. So you can look forward to that. Some very random figure unboxing and reviews. I might actually do like my old figures and just kind of talk about them and stuff like that. I still have to do a video on all of my vinyl soundtracks. I haven't done like a full kind of vinyl run through type of situation. Another super old thing, kind of going with the Japan stuff, not nearly as old, but my Let's Discuss videos. I talked about that last year. I still have to do literally like one picture to upload, I think the final part, and then I can upload the very last one, which I think is completely edited, but I didn't want to do them out of order. And I deleted like one picture, and I just keep forgetting. I might try to do that tonight. I keep forgetting. I need like one picture that I deleted, and then I went to edit it, and I was like, I thought that was a useless random. I didn't understand why I had the picture, because that was the last time I looked at it was like over a month and a half ago. So I was like, why do I have this dumb picture? It must have been for something I didn't do. And then when I went to edit, I was like, dang, that was that picture I needed. And then I deleted. I always delete stuff right out of my recycle bin, and I was just like, now I have to go through and find that picture, go on the internet and get the picture, which of course I forgot. So that Let's Discuss video, those will definitely still be coming up. I don't know when I'm going to get back to ever doing those, but I'd like to for sure. But that does lead me into kind of the next facet of things, which is, of course, is the gaming stuff, video game photography. That'll just come eventually. Like I said, I got to go through all my vlog stuff. I want to get through that first. The video game photography is like the dead set end goal to make as like the new main thing for the channel. I just keep having a bunch of random stuff kind of pop in, especially having the baby, that really threw a bunch of like set plans astray, if you will. So that will come. I just don't know when, but it'll definitely be at some point this year for sure. The other thing is, as far as gaming, is the streaming stuff. So that, once again, whole baby concept, we just have to get on a set schedule. It'll probably be like, I'm trying to do like once a week, and even that is just like, it's a 2-month-old baby, so we're still going back and forth with a lot of random things, just dealing with her and stuff like that. So I'm trying to eventually get to a schedule where I can do do a stream that'll just be, once a week. It'll probably, most likely would end up being on Fridays, but trying to get to that point where I just do a single stream at least once a week, and that'll kind of be how that goes. All streams, of course, will still be on my gaming channel, which is Invisible High. A lot of the clips, I'll still be doing that. Like my favorite clip from whatever stream I do will end up popping up on this channel, and then the full stream will be over there. Of course, you can always check it out on Twitch, which I'm Invisiblekatana on there. So that's kind of how that's going. But I did buy some new equipment recently to kind of get into, kind of get myself back into that and kind of have a more stationary kind of setup, which is partly why I'm standing right now, because I'm not 100% sure if this is going to be permanent as far as me, even filming over here anymore, or if I'm going to set everything up on kind of the streaming side of things, because I bought some new equipment. So I got some of it right here, like 2 of the things I can't bring over. So the first thing is I got a new microphone. I still have my classic Blue Yeti. It's literally just right here. So my Blue Yeti with the, I forgot that wasn't like that. Okay, Blue Yeti with the tape on it, because that's what happens when you buy stuff used. You literally, like, if you plug the headphones into it and you try to hear through it, it doesn't work unless it's taped over, because I don't know why. for some reason, the volume button, which doesn't have any function other than turning left or right, it has to be pushed in order for it to operate. Something is loose. I don't know why. So eventually, at one point, I had to tape it just to do my gaming video so I could actually hear the game. So that's why that had tape on it. But I was like, I should upgrade. I bought that thing used. It's been used. It's done good. It still technically works. It's just the weird microphone thing. Or the volume thing, but I wanted to definitely upgrade and get myself a really good microphone. So I did a boatload of research last year. I was looking at this one, and I eventually decided, you know what, I'm gonna get it. And that was a big Christmas purchase for myself. And I was like, all right, this is, you know, kind of a next big step towards having something that I really wanted, like, you know, a decent upgrade that I could afford. It was kind of a big thing for one, afford. But I definitely wanted it because I, you know, watch a million videos on like, what's a good, you know, microphone to pick up this, and, you know, the classic research. I'll be up until like 3 a.m. just looking at videos like, okay, that looks okay, that seems all right. That's the type of research I do. So the second thing I bought that I'm even more excited by is this, which is the Rodecaster Pro. I really wanted this like all of last year, and it took me a long time. Oddly enough, shout out to Sony and the PS5, because the only reason I ended up getting this was because I saw online where it was like, oh, you know, Best Buy is gonna have you know, the PS5 for sale, and I don't know why, for some dumb reason, like a lot of people, I put on my clown makeup and I was like, let me see if I can get a PS5 from Best Buy. Don't really even want one that bad. I literally had the opportunity when I clicked purchase, and this was months ago. I clicked purchase and it said it was out of stock, and I literally was like, oh, thank God. I was like happy that I didn't get it, because I was like, I really don't need the PS5 right now. Like, it's cool. I want it, but nothing's even out on it that I want. I don't care about Dark Souls or Demon Souls. I don't even know. I've never played that franchise. I don't care about that game. God, everybody says Godfall sucks, so I do not want that. Miles Morales, I have it on PS4. I can play it again on PS5. That's no big deal. I'll wait. Everything I want the PS5 for is already on PS4, and it's just the games I already own. I just want to play them on PS5 because they'll be at 60 frames per second, and that's it. So I was like, until Resident Evil 8 comes out, there's nothing that I really want the PS5 for, because whatever new game comes out that I truly want, that will be next gen. So Resident Evil 8, Horizon, as well as the new God of War for sure. Cannot wait for God of War. Those I'm waiting for. That's PS5 for me. So none of that is out yet. Resident Evil's supposed to be out in April. I believe that's still the set date is April. So we'll see. We'll see if I end up getting one. Even then, it's like, we'll see. But yeah, so I went on Best Buy, and I was like, okay, I'm on here. I should just get the thing. I was going to spend the money on a PS5. I should just spend the money on the thing that I've actually wanted all year that can actually help me. As much as the PS5 would help me be entertained and see, like, glorious 4K, true 4K graphics, I would love that. That would be great. But why not buy a mixing board? So I ended up buying this instead, because it's a smarter purchase, and I wanted this, like I said, just like with the microphone, I wanted this thing pretty much all year. So I ended up buying this. It's very cool so far. Haven't done too much testing with it, but the little bit that I've gotten in, I definitely love it. So I'm excited to kind of get with that. I have to do like a little bit of tweaking because I still have to work through, oddly enough, it's the fact that I used a voice changer that's actually been like the weird thing, because I was like, okay, I have to figure out how to have the voice changer work, but it doesn't affect the audio from the computer, because technically the voice changer is on the computer audio, but I can separate it and stuff. So I think I just need to choose where the audio goes, and I should be okay. But excuse me, that's something that I still have to work on, so I don't know yet. But as of now, those are the two big purchases. The most recent one, however, technically speaking, a bigger purchase, even though it's much cheaper. I bought a gaming chair, or not a gaming chair, gaming table. I don't know why I said chair. Bought a gaming table. I have an official like gaming desk. It's huge. I enjoy it. It's like a 45-inch wide desk. It's like some crazy. The depth is insane as well, because I'm like, you know, I've been working with cheap dinner trays. That's what I've been using forever. So I have technically my first official table. I've never bought a table. I didn't have one in my old apartment because it was taking up space. Never had one here. But then I was like, I got this equipment. I kind of want everything to be very succinct. So I officially decided to get a freaking gaming table. And I love it. Just for I haven't even streamed, but just for the sake of like, I have a table where I can just sit stuff, and it's not like a cheap tray where if I trip and fall on it, the whole tray can fall over. If I lean on something, I've literally, it's in some gaming video. I literally leaned over to do something, and I was pushing on one, and because they're cheap, like the things just snap off the the legs just snap off the top, they separate, and I was leaning on one too hard, and it's like the fat of my body snapped it off the legs, and I almost fell over. Like I had my headphones on, I was falling in the wires, like it was almost a real disaster. And so I'm very happy that now if I fall onto the table, I'll probably hurt my legs. I'll probably get hurt. But nothing on the table will fall to the ground or shatter or flip into my TV and break it. So I was like, it's a decent trade-off. I can hurt my feet for like my very ridiculously overpriced tech to be okay. So I was okay with I'm happy with that. So I like the table so far. It comes with like, it's like the little nerdy gamer stuff. It's like, oh, you can put your headphones here. I have the option to put a cup holder in, which I never did because I was just like, it would just get in my way. It sticks out too far, and I'm like, the table is effing huge. Especially for my setup, I'm not actually putting the monitors on the table. So for me, it's excessive to have a cup holder because I'm like, I have so much space when you're not using it for your monitor and your computer and all the extra stuff. Like a lot of people do, where it's like it's right up against the wall and everything sits there. It's like I actually probably use up like less than half of the normal space that people would use with two monitors and this and that. It's just a desk. It's for my keyboard. And then, for my mixer, and, I bought a little boom arm for the microphone and stuff. So, still setting all that up, but that is kind of where things are on the streaming side of things, I guess. I have some new equipment. I got a table. I have a boom arm for the mic. I just have to set up the exact position for the mic. That's the one thing that's weird for me now, because I'm like, oh, it's having it in a specific position is like, well, if I put it over in the far left corner, it's leaning over stuff and it's too far down, or it's like it just looks weird on camera because it's like sticking from all the way over there instead of being like a little piece in the corner. And so that's like where I'm at right now, is figuring that out and figuring out the voice mod stuff for the mixer here. But I'm very excited. So when I do end up getting into my eventual schedule, I'll have like a really cool new setup that'll kind of be very streamlined. It'll definitely help with the streams for sure. So I'm excited for that. And if I do get comfortable enough with it, which I probably will, because odds are I'll be testing it, way more outside of streaming than I will actually while streaming. Odds are I might actually end up just transitioning my videos into actually being in front of the table. So I'm not 100% certain about that, but I'm thinking that would be a cool way to do it. Once again, very streamlined. The only thing is I would have to have the apartment super clean, and I just don't see that being very possible. Like me by myself, that's junky enough, and now I have a daughter, and I just don't know. I'm like, I think it would be great for like time saving. It would be fantastic, but I'm just like, realistically speaking, it's a mess. It's a mess in here, and I just don't know if I can have it clean every single time I want to record something. Like, there's gonna be laundry sitting on the couch, like that's a thing. That's life. Like, laundry comes out of the dryer. I don't want to fold that crap. I think there's laundry on my couch right now. I think there is. That's just how it is. Who wants to fold laundry, So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But that's kind of where things are as of now. So I want to give you guys this overly long update video, since it's been basically a full month at this point, or at least, it's been about 3 weeks since anything has even happened on the channel, not counting the emergency Steven Universe video I put out. But Wonder Woman's coming up, Cobra Kai, Transformers, Death of Superman, something else that I probably already did, WandaVision I'm doing, and then all the vlog stuff. Like I said, the gaming stuff, that'll just, it'll be ready when it's ready type of stuff, but still getting used to that. It'll probably be over here as far as videos and reviews and stuff. They'll probably still be here for a minute until I'm like 100% certain I'm even, accustomed to being at the table and filming anything. So until then, we'll probably be here. I'll probably be sitting. I just didn't want to move the chair today, and I thought it would be better, but this is like the millionth time I've done this. But I don't think I'm gonna record this again. Like, I think this is officially, I think that's everything. The vlogs, I think I talked about figures. I don't know. Like, I've genuinely done this like 6 times over the course of 2 days. But figure reviews, spent a bunch of money, gonna be reviewing those, so there'll be some Star Wars figures, all that good stuff. Gaming stuff, it'll happen when it happens. A bunch of random vlogs will be coming up, really random. Like, it's just gonna be, this year is just gonna be like, F it, I made a thing and here it is. So you're gonna get some weird stuff this year for sure. And that's kind of it. And the last thing, that's what it was. The final thing, and this probably won't be, honestly, this probably won't be until like summer. But there's going to be merch. There's going to be merch on the channel. I'm actually like going through designs right now. so that, like I said, that probably won't be until summer until that stuff is finalized. I wanted to do that forever. I've had an idea for a shirt. I just had to technically do it myself because it was just like things I took off the internet and put together. Like, that would be cool, but I have to actually make it on my own and not get like super sued for copyright. So I'm working on like random different designs and stuff like that. So that, like I said, don't expect any merch stuff or anything like that until like summer, because I'm just kind of going through the designs and kind of seeing what I like and what I want to do. So that'll be in the summer. At least, at least in the summer. At most, that's like end of the year type stuff. Before the end of the year, for sure. We'll say by my birthday, there will be merch. That's in October. October 6th is my birthday, so by my birthday, there will at least be merch on this channel. But I think that's everything. Figures, crazy vlogs, eventually merch, eventually more gaming stuff, video game photography. I'm still just trying to figure it out. I'm still trying. I want to do that so bad, but I'm like, I can't just delete everything that I have. I kind of want to. That's honestly what I want to do, is just be like, what if I just wiped it all away and just didn't edit anything? It was just like, well, I got nothing, and then I go straight to my stuff. I think about that a lot, which probably means I should do that, but I'm like, I just feel so weird not just finishing stuff that I started. I'm not going to delete my Japan stuff. I can't delete. That's already been there for too long. But the other family random vlog stuff, I could just be like, well, I'm just going to toss this on the hard drive, and then we could just watch random clips later for the family. I don't technically have to edit. But I want to. I want, it's a new part of my life that's going to be on the channel now. I've got kids, my daughters. And also, my youngest, she'll be, both the girls will probably end up being in the videos, kind of throughout the year, especially my youngest, because she's 2 months, so I'm probably going to have to hold her, and I'm going to be like, I want to do a review. I want to do some Ninja Turtles. Actually, she's in a review, because I did a review for The Last Ronin. I have to finish that review, though, because my camera died. It was a GoPro one, so it was very random. But I wanted to talk about that comic because I was having a real Ninja Turtle day, because it was a good comic, and it was when I did my unboxing and stuff like that, which you guys should check out, my last Loot Crate unboxing. I was very excited about that. There'll also be a vlog coming up about how excited I was, because I did that vlog after I did the unboxing. So you'll see some Ninja Turtle stuff coming up pretty soon, and my daughter will be in my review for The Last Ronin. But she'll be, throughout the year, she'll just pop up in a random review. Like, she was with me. I happened to watch RWBY. My daughter was here. Boom, we're doing a RWBY review together. So you'll see her in my cub. She'll be in here. Throughout the year, she'll be in some random stuff, hopefully not freaking out. But if there's a review that's edited, that probably means she's in it. That's just how babies work. But I think that's everything for the channel coming up this year. I know, as usual, super rambly, super long video, but it's been a minute, so I just kind of wanted to force myself to get into it. Like, when I do my reviews, it's like I can easily just hone in on that one thing, but it's a lot to talk about. New dad life, so crazy, so weird, and then getting new equipment, talking about some of the stuff that's going to happen, possibly new background depending on where I put this camera. So I just wanted to do this super long rambly video, and I think that's everything. I think that is everything. Merch, figures, reviews, vlogs, new background, new table, streaming eventually, we shall see. Also video game photography eventually. Also follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook if you want to. I always forget the Facebook thing, I'll be honest. I even get like links or like notifications like, oh, you have new views on Facebook, and I'm like, I just always forget to post there. I just always do. But I never forget to post on Instagram, and Instagram is linked to Twitter, so those are both automatic. So I highly recommend you follow me on both Twitter and Instagram, specifically Twitter. Twitter, I also put like some of my funnier stuff as far as like my video game photography. If it's not like a cool pic, but it's just like something really funny happened, it'll only be on Twitter, because I save my Instagram for like either posting stuff where it's like, here's a thumbnail for a video, or it'll be like my cool, what I consider my cool video game photography. So I say, if you follow one thing, make it Twitter, because you'll see random posts. Because I will also do like random stuff. I posted something about Bayonetta and like, why can't I have Bayonetta, Bayonetta 3, because it's been so long. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. I just want Bayonetta 3. But that's pretty much it. I think that's it. So if you guys have any comments, please put them down in the comment section below. Hopefully next week is cool. I like to think 2021 is going to be a good year for us, just as a whole. But we shall see. 2020 kind of just doing that final little stretch, and we'll see what happens. I'm hoping, seriously, especially because like, I just don't know. If things are bad next week, that's like real bad. Like, it was already real bad, but like in my head, what could happen happened. You know, I'm kind of freaking out about it, but I'm like, it's cool. It should be fine. We'll see though. We shall see. But I hope everything's good. I hope you guys are good, just as a whole. Nerdy life, serious life. I hope everything's going fine. Probably won't be doing like a random update video. You'll just be seeing the vlogs, so it won't be anything like super rambly like this for, hopefully, not for a very long time. This tends to only be like a couple times a year when I do like this crazy update, like here's what's gonna happen type of thing. And I think that's about it. I'm not gonna do like a 2020 sort of recap type of thing, like, oh, this happened and that happened. I'm not really gonna do anything like that, especially at this point, but I never plan on doing that anyway. But just a video talking about looking forward. So that's where we are as of now. That's all the news I think I can think of. Watch Cobra Kai, God tier anime. Death of Superman, God tier anime. I think that's about it. So if you guys have any comments, please put them down in the comment section below. Sorry this one was so incredibly long. I doubt anyone got to this point, but if you did, thank you. And this doesn't make sense, but thanks to anyone that decided to stop however long ago. But yeah, if you guys have any comments, please put them down in the comment section below. And of course, thanks for watching.